Good morning, everyone. It is Julie here with your Thursday morning stock market news, where we're bringing you everything you need to know as the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. It is almost the weekend. We actually have a lot to cover this morning. Of course, starting out with exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Don't forget, if you want to see how the analysts weigh in for yourself, you can do so by downloading the TipRanks mobile app by using the link down below. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are in the green this morning as debt ceiling concerns seem to subside. Right now, Dow futures are up 0.09%, S&P 500 futures up 0.22%, and NASDAQ futures up 0.26%. Micron announced that they have an agreement to start producing advanced memory chips in Japan. This next-generation semiconductor manufacturing could see the company get $1.5 billion in government funding. Micron said it will be the first chip company to bring EUV to Japan for production and expects to invest up to 500 billion Japanese yen, or $3.6 billion, in the 1-gamma process technology over the next few years. Analysts currently rate the Micron stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 8%. Amazon Web Services plans to invest about $12.7 billion into cloud infrastructure in India. They're seeing growing customer demand for cloud services in the country. Amazon Web Services helps Indian businesses build digital solutions locally that can be scaled globally through the AWS partner network. The investment will likely contribute about $23.3 billion to the country's total GDP by 2030. Analysts currently rate the Amazon stock a strong buy with an average upside of 16%. Shares of Snowflake are in the green this morning on reports that they could be in talks to acquire search startup Neeva. Neeva mainly sells an ad-free web search for consumers, but has also developed software merging search with large language models. An acquisition of the company could boost Snowflake in artificial intelligence software that companies use for internal information searches. Analysts currently rate the Snowflake stock a strong buy with an average upside of 9%. And Uber announced a new feature that would allow some teenagers to take rides without their parent or guardian present. They are changing their policy to allow teens between 13 and 17 years old to have their own account and order rides as long as they're linked to a guardian's account. The teenager ride option will feature live safety and real-time updates that will allow parents to follow passengers from pickup to drop-off. The new feature will be live in 22 U.S. cities starting on May 22nd. Analysts currently rate the Uber stock a unanimous strong buy with an average upside of nearly 30%. Now moving along to notable earnings reports. In the after hours today, we'll be hearing from Applied Materials and Ross Stores. In the pre-market this morning, we heard from retail giant Walmart. They came out with an earnings and revenue beat, plus increased their full-year guidance. Looking forward, the company expects net sales to increase 3.5%, up from a prior range of 2.5 to 3%. They said they had a strong quarter, with comp sales being strong globally and e-commerce up 26%. They reported Q1 earnings per share of $1.47, beating expectations by 15 cents per share, and revenue of $152.3 billion came in $4.39 billion ahead of estimates. The stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 10%. We also heard from Alibaba, who not only came out with an earnings and revenue beat, but also provided some updates on the splitting up of their business. Their chief executive said that they are pleased to announce their board has approved a full spin-off of the Cloud Intelligence Group via a stock dividend distribution to shareholders, with intention for it to become an independent, publicly listed company. They reported Q4 earnings per ADS of $1.56, beating expectations by 21 cents per share, and revenue of over $30 billion, beat by $410 million. The Alibaba stock is currently rated a unanimous strong buy with an average upside of 64%. Then we have Bath & Body Works. Their stock is up nearly 10% after an earnings and revenue beat, plus increase to their full-year guidance. Q1 earnings per share of 33 cents beat expectations by 7 cents per share, and revenue of $1.4 billion beat by just $10 million. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 38%. And we also heard from Dole. They're up nearly 5% after mixed results, but some upbeat outlook. Q1 earnings per share of 34 cents came in 16 cents ahead of analyst expectations, while revenue of $1.99 billion just missed by $190 million. There currently aren't any analyst ratings on the Dole stock. Then moving to the after hours last night, we heard from Take-Two Interactive. Their stock has jumped up over 12% on solid net bookings growth. Their net bookings rose a full 65% year over year to $1.39 billion, which is well ahead of expectations. Their revenue came in at $1.45 billion, growing 55% year over year and beating expectations by $110 million. The company did report a loss per share of $3.62, which is said to maybe not be comparable to estimates. The stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 7%. And then we have Cisco, whose stock is in the red despite an earnings and revenue beat and an increase to guidance. Revenue of $14.57 billion grew 13.5% year over year, beating expectations by $210 million, and their Q3 earnings per share of $1 came in 3 cents ahead of estimates. Analysts currently rate the stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 21%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are all basically up in relation to their latest earnings report. Leading the way is Dlocal Limited. Trading under the ticker DLO, their stock is up 16%. They're followed by Canada Goose under GOOS, up 14.4%, and Take-Two Interactive under TTWO, up over 12%. And our biggest losers are led by Boot Barn Holdings following their latest earnings. Trading under the ticker BOOT, their stock is down 13.4%. They're followed by Enel Chile under ENIC, down 9.4%, and Agco Corp under AGCO, down over 4%. So that is going to be everything for Thursday morning's stock market news, getting you up to speed with what you need to know as the market opens. If you made it to the end of today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments. I always appreciate hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.